Oh my god. Okay. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Stiff upper lip. You can do this. So, when I was developing the core concept for what would eventually become Hatflix and Chill, I made two rules. Rule one, I would only review one thing per week. Because if I tried for another gauntlet, it was probably going to make things a little complicated. I already tried the gauntlet thing with the reaction trailers, and it ended up being a bit of a juggling act. And I'd rather make my life as easy as possible in that regard. Number two, I was only going to review recent things that dropped onto Netflix very recently. And when I say recently, I mean like brand new releases. I don't mean a show that was around in 2007 but got added to Netflix last week. I mean brand new stuff. As far as I can tell, The Lobster isn't brand new. According to Netflix, I believe it was released in 2015. However, this movie, oh my god. Oh my god, this movie. Okay. I'm gonna have to bend the rules. I feel like this movie is something we need to talk about. So, doing a two for this week. The Lobster is a movie that came out in 2015. It's basically the story of a man named David trying to find true love at this singles resort or something like that. The catch is, he has 45 days to find his true love. Otherwise, he turns into an animal of his choosing. In this case, a lobster, because apparently lobsters live forever and they remain fertile in the entirety of their lifespan. Apparently it doesn't occur to him that lobsters end up becoming main courses on Hell's Kitchen, or just in general. In fact, one of the characters even points that out to him very early on in the movie, but whatever, paperwork's already signed, whatever, can't go back now. So in a situation like this, where I find that a movie that I just recently watched has an 82 out of 100 on Metacritic, and I am just mesmerized at what on earth people see in this movie, because this movie just right. Basically, in a situation like this, where I know that I'm going to be a contrarian, and I know my opinion is going to be wicked unpopular, I try to find a positive about this movie. And well, it has John C. Reilly in it. I mean, that took some doing. Colin Farrell's in the movie too. I mean, good on them for getting some star power in there. I have a feeling about 80% of the movie's budget went specifically towards paying those guys to be in this train wreck of a movie. You know, I get that English isn't exactly the first language of many people in the voice cast. I get that maybe they're still learning, and maybe the guy who wrote this movie didn't speak English as his first language, and, you know, I'm trying to show sympathy in that regard, but that being said, this movie feels like it was written by a fucking space alien who has been living among humans and trying everything in his ability to comprehend this weird concept humans have called relationships. Oh my god, the dialogue in this movie is... Even if English isn't your first language, nobody talks like this. For that matter, clearly a lot of these people sound like they're reading the cue cards right in front of them to me. It's just, they just don't even sound like they're putting any effort into their performance, and part of me wonders, are they doing it like this on purpose? Is this art? Is this Dada? What is this? This is terrible is what it is. It's just, ugh. The only thing worse than just the alien-like writing in this movie and the desperate attempt at making weird seem artistic and deep and insightful when really it's fucking dumb is just the fact that the plot goes nowhere. The plot starts off pretty straightforward, you know, find love in 40 days, 45 days, excuse me, or you turn into a lobster. Pretty straightforward. I mean, it's surreal, but I like surreal. Surreal is one of my favorite genres when it's done right. I mean, David Lynch is one of my favorite directors. Six String Samurai is one of my favorite movies. You know, I can handle weird, I can handle nutso, but this doesn't work, however, and one of the big reasons it doesn't work is because it kind of loses track of that plot from what I've observed. It kind of, like, degenerates, like, we kind of lose focus on the whole, you know, I have to find true love or else, and it eventually degenerates into, you know, a woman getting blinded with just, I can't even talk about this movie. It's just so frustrating. I hated this movie so much. And, you know, I can't do this. I can't. I quit. Just makes me so angry. Don't even know how angry it makes me. I quit. Good day. I'm done. Wait. Yeah, I can't. I can't quit. Look, I mean, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to tell you about this movie, but it's just... I almost want to say, see it for yourself, because this movie is just so out there. It's like... And it's not a good kind of out there either. It's just frustrating how out there it is. Like, the direction it took is like... I can literally see the guy who wrote this movie bouncing around in the background shouting, "Ask me what it means! Ask me what it means! Ask me what it means!" And yeah, I did make a Nostalgia Critic reference. Wait, are we still supposed to hate that guy? I can't remember. But that's literally how I felt when I watched this movie. I just felt like this movie thinks it's a lot smarter than it actually is. Like, its commentary, like the movie thinks its commentary is brilliant. Like, this movie thinks it's a genius when really it's like dumber than the idiot sidekick it hangs out with, you know? This is the... I just can't do this. I mean, I gave it a shot. I tried talking about this movie. I can't. This movie is just... It is infuriating that this movie even exists. I hate this movie so much. 1 hat out of 4. That's going to be the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you really mean it. I mean, at this point, I don't even care if you're validating my existence. I just... I need a drink.